So today I'm going to break this training into four core skills. And I want you to know up front, each one builds on the next. Today I will be sharing the four foundational skills to build a successful direct sales business. Let me start with a truth that doesn't get said out loud enough. Most women don't fail in direct sales because they aren't capable. They don't fail because they aren't smart, and they don't fail because they aren't hardworking. They struggle because no one ever taught them the foundational skills required to run a business. And direct sales is a business. So today I'm going to break this training into four core skills. And I want you to know up front, each one builds on the next. You may be strong in one, but you may realize you've been avoiding another. And that's okay, because awareness is where confidence begins. Here's what we're covering today: emotional management, activity management, time management, and money management. Think of this as a business tune up, not a judgment, not a comparison, just clarity. So grab a notebook, take a deep breath, and let's talk and start with the skill that determines everything else. And that is foundational skill number one: emotional management. Okay, so let's talk about the part of the business no one puts on a training slide: your emotions. Direct sales is a roller coaster. It has its high highs and low lows, and sometimes just silence. If you stay in this industry long enough, you will experience rejection, ghosting, big wins, sudden slowdowns, and the women who last are not the ones who feel the least. They're the ones with BBA, bounce back ability. I remember a season where everything felt like it was all clicking: new customers, new team members, recognition, and then almost overnight, nothing. No bookings, no replies, no momentum. The past me would have panicked. The past me would have questioned everything. But experience taught me this: a bad day is not bad business. Your success is not determined by what happens, it's determined by how quickly you recover. When something doesn't work, don't personalize it, don't dramatize it, don't quit in your head. When you feel discouraged, ask, what is the next right action I can take without emotion attached? And then take it. Here's the other side people don't talk about: great days are wonderful, but they're not permanent. If you emotionally spike too high on the wins, the drop feels devastating. Consistency requires emotional steadiness. On a great day, say, "This is awesome, and I will still show up tomorrow." Emotional maturity creates business stability. Now let's talk about foundational skill number two, and that's activity management. Here is what most people think they're doing, but aren't actually doing, and that is managing activity. Hope is not a strategy. Posting is not a plan. Motivation is not consistency. You must understand what activity actually produces results and how often it needs to happen. You see, it's all a number story. Every business has math. So, how many calls do you need to make in order to book one appointment? And how many appointments lead to a new team member? Once you know your numbers, confidence increases. So start with the goal of: how much money do you want to make in a year? How much money do you want to make in a month? Then work backwards. How many new team members? How many selling appointments? And that would equal how many conversations. Once you understand that and you're clear, this turns overwhelm into clarity. Sometimes big goals scare the nervous system. Small daily actions make it calm. Break activity into daily, weekly, monthly, non negotiables. And if you're unsure, reach up. Ask your mentor or leader, can you help me understand what consistent activity looks like at my level? Leadership is borrowed before it's built. So be sure to reach up. and find that leader that speaks to you and will help you understand exactly what you need to do in order to get the results. What activity do you need to do on a consistent basis in order to get the results that equal the income that you want from your business? Okay, our next foundational skill is time management. And let's talk about time because everyone says, I just don't have any. Time management is not about doing more, it's about deciding better. What you need is one system, one place. Your life includes maybe another job, children, home, faith, family, your business. And if these all live in different places, in other words, you have the children's sports activities up in a calendar on your refrigerator, and your business activities and your job activities are in a different calendar or planner. If you have the things you need to pick up the grocery and the things you need to do at your home someplace different, it just keeps your brain overwhelmed. And let me say this clearly. You see this right here? This brain is not where you store your to dos. For over 35 years, I have used a paper planner, and I would always look every year for the best paper planner, another one that would work for me. It was almost like something a little giddy getting to buy the new planner for the year. And then I would do my best to make that planner work. And if my purse couldn't fit the planner that I bought, I changed purses because that planner ran my life and it went with me everywhere I would go. And then over the past couple years, I switched to a digital planner because I realized access matters. I didn't want to have to carry a book around with me all day long. So now I use a digital planner called Artful Agenda. It actually syncs with my Google Calendar, and it syncs with a few other calendars. I'm just not sure what they are. But with my Google Calendar, it syncs with it. And so I can open it up on my phone, my laptop, my desktop, or my tablet. Is it perfect on day one? Maybe not, because you will experience a little bit of a learning curve if you are used to a paper planner. But it is powerful once it becomes a habit. Absolutely amazing. But it doesn't really matter which system you choose. But plan on choosing one, whether it's paper or digital, not both. And be sure you put all of your appointments in it, your responsibilities, your daily to dos, all in one place. Clarity reduces your stress, and stress kills consistency. Now, I will tell you that you also need to have a habit of a specific time each week that you update your calendar, add in, subtract out your to dos and your appointments for the next week to 2 weeks. Personally, I always do that on Sunday evenings. I like to sit on my bed when I have my paper planner, and I would, get caught up on, my housewife shows because I love those shows, those reality shows. And I would have those in the background while I was organizing my next week and my next year. Well, not year, but next month. I would sit there and I would organize. Honestly, now with my digital calendar, I kind of just update it on my phone as I go, or spend about 15 minutes on my updating for next week to 2 weeks. But whichever works for you, have one and put everything in one place. That is how you manage your time. All right, now let's talk about foundational skill number 4, and that's money management. So let's talk about money calmly and confidently. You are not just a rep or a consultant. You are a business owner. And that means you must understand your compensation plan and your marketing structure. In other words, how do you give yourself a raise when you want it? It's important to know your numbers. Ask yourself what actually increases my commission percentage? What activity equals more income? And what level in my company unlocks the most leverage? Then reach out to a leader in your company and say, can you walk me through how I can make money? And how can I increase it? It's important to set a financial goal, not vague, not emotional, but specific. Then break it down into bite sized action. Professional support, and this part matters. Find an accountant who understands your direct sales company. Schedule a conversation and learn how to track your expenses, maximize your deductions, and protect your income. You see, confidence grows when money stops being a mystery. So now let's review quickly. A sustainable direct sales business requires emotional management, activity management, time management, and money management. And here's the real question I want to leave you with. If someone looked at your calendar and your bank statements, what would they say your priorities are? Because the truth always lives there. Inside Couch Cash Academy, I didn't want to just teach online strategies. I wanted to share that it's also important to build foundational skills in your business. And skills change everything. Now, as we finish our Couch Cash Academy, please remember you're not behind, you're learning, you're growing, and you're building. And you're exactly where you need to be. Guess what? I have a surprise for you. Please go back to today's email in which you found this video training and look for a special bonus video. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did making it. So it's goodbye for now, and just remember to always have a great direct sales day. Thanks for watching. Bye.